Hi, this is Linda with the Life Station Express, the relay station. We bring the news to you. And today, although I'm really not going to be on camera, it's been a long day, but I was going to show you what we did this evening just after dinner. We had the usual hamburgers and green beans for dinner. We have that a lot just because we're keto and we like hamburgers, we like green beans. Sometimes we don't have a vegetable, but a lot of times we just have green beans with our hamburgers. I put Parmesan cheese on top of the burgers and some seasonings, and they were really good. And I always cook them in a frying pan with butter. Now, when we get into the campground later this year, I'll probably be putting them on a griddle, and we'll do them on the campfire, of course. But today we just had regular old hamburgers and green beans. So since it's Friday night, I thought maybe I'd make something for a little dessert, which we usually, during the week don't have dessert. So I made us each a chocolate chaffle. And there they are in all their glory. And we will be putting some cream cheese icing on the top. And look how pretty that is. Cream cheese icing. And I'll show you how I make both of them. I just wanted to put the ingredients out here, leave them out here so I could just kind of give you a run through. I didn't do a video on how to make a chaffle. I've done those before. I just thought I'd show you what I used this evening to whip up 2 chocolate chaffles. So anyway, you start with 1 egg, and I got my eggs today at Sam's Club. I got 12.5, and reasonably priced for eggs right now. They were, here's my receipt. They were $6.48. So I used an egg to start, and I used the same sweet recipe I put online the other day. So you can pause it maybe if you want and copy that. I just used the same sweet recipe, and the only difference, instead of using the blueberry keto chow mix that I used last time, is I had a little teeny bit left of the chocolate keto chow mix, just a little bit. So I just went ahead and put that in it because I had it. So I did that. I also added almond flour, and my favorite, it's right here, is the Blue Diamond. I get that at Sam's as well. It's finely sifted. I've used different kinds of almond flour, different brands, but I love the Blue Diamond. I think that's just the best. So it's 1 egg, and then 1 tablespoon of heavy whipping cream, and a half a teaspoon of vanilla. I'm almost out. I have a new jar to open. And the almond flour would be 2 to 3 tablespoons. Now I had that little teeny bit of keto chow, so I still probably use 2 good tablespoons of almond flour. And then you add some sweetener, and this is the sweetener that I have right now, and I'll read, it's from Pure, and it is stevia. It's a stevia blend. That's how they advertise it, stevia blend, which means organic erythritol. Number 1 ingredient is erythritol, not stevia. Organic stevia leaf extract. And then it says organic natural flavor. I'm not sure what that is. And I'd rather it not be in there because I don't know what it is. But anyway, that's the sweetener that I used. And I probably put less than a tablespoon. I don't need all that sweetener. The keto chow, the little bit that I put in, is sweetened as well. And a little teeny bit, about 1/8 of a teaspoon of baking powder. And that is pretty much the recipe. Oh, the chocolate. I added Hershey's Cocoa. And this one is the really dark one. Of course, you can use the regular, but I'm finding this really dark one really is good for these chocolate chaffles. So I used that one. I think that's everything that was in the recipe. Let me double check. The egg, heavy whipping cream, half a teaspoon of vanilla, 2 to 3 tablespoons of almond flour, 1 to 2 teaspoons of sweetener, 1/8 teaspoon of baking powder. I think I wrote tablespoon. That is a mistake. If you copied that, it should be teaspoon. Anyway, that's what I put in the chaffle. I mixed it in. I usually mix them in a 2 just a Pyrex measuring cup that I have. Actually, that was my mom's. And I use a spatula. And a lot of times I will use this little whisk to mix them. And I have that right here. Those are really cool to use. Or I'll just use a fork to stir it. And then the chaffle maker is a Dash Mini. And this is the one I use for my sweet recipes. I have a red one that I use for savory recipes, like the cheesy ones or the ones with more of a different salty, spicy. And then before I put the batter in the Dash, because it's the sweet recipe, I just took a little bit of butter on a pastry brush and just put it in there real quick. Just a little bit, so to avoid any stickage. And that's all I did. I cooked, that was enough for 2 chaffles. I had a tiny bit left over, but it really wasn't enough to do much with. If you find your recipe is too thick, because the almond flour, it's that ratio between almond flour and the egg and the heavy whipping cream. You want to get it so that it's pourable, but kind of on the thick side. You don't want it real runny in your mini Dash, and you just want to fill the inside circle so that it spreads out when it shuts just to the edge, to get a nice circular one. This one did not quite get all the way to the edge, and you see what happens. So we'll cover that up. And then for the icing that we're going to use, I just had half a block of Philadelphia cream cheese and sweetened it with a little bit of Sweet Leaf Stevia, which is my absolute favorite brand. I love the liquid Sweet Leaf. And then a little bit of the vanilla again, just to give it that flavor. And I just stir that up. I did warm the cream cheese in the microwave just for a few seconds to get it, because I took it out of the fridge. So I warmed it up a little bit to soften it. And I just mixed those 3 things together. Look at that. So we're going to put this icing on top of our chaffles and have a little dessert, just 1 each. That's all I made for today. So I think that's all I need to show you, all the ingredients, how I did it. And it doesn't take that much time. It's pretty simple. Again, you can take this sweet recipe and you can make anything for a sweet chaffle out of that. So this is Linda with the Life Station Express, the Relay Station. That's what we're doing this evening on a Friday evening in January. All right, we'll talk to you soon. Thanks a lot for watching. I appreciate it. Go ahead and put a comment down below if you'd like to. You can subscribe to Life Station Express on YouTube, or you can go to my Food, Faith, and Friends page under my name, Linda Craig, on Facebook. And I would greatly appreciate that. So here we go. We're going to go have our chaffle now. Have a good evening. Bye-bye.